Yep, that's right. I'm running things. I'm running things.
Navy Blue was a man of many talents. The artist who you may know as Sage Alcesser is a model, a skateboarder, a painter, a producer, a singer, and a rapper. And he's slowly becoming one of the most important voices of his generation. Sage was a childhood friend of Earl Sweatshirt, and has been a longtime collaborator with Odd Future. Even though he may not have been contributing to the group musically, his presence was always felt. In 2015, Sage was the art director for Earl Sweatshirt's critically acclaimed album, I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. He's always had a very keen eye for art of all kinds. His visual style has helped him become an influential figure in skateboarding, fashion, and also in his art. At age 18, Sage became the youngest ever winner in the 77-year history of the Best New Artist Award at the Guildhall Artist Exhibition. His winning work was an etching titled Hard to Forget. It showed a painful image of 3 men being hanged. This title, Hard to Forget, is incredibly powerful, and Sage carried this feeling over to his music. The most striking thing about Navy Blue music is the passion and emotion that he puts into his work. His art, whether it be audio or visual, seems to be very in touch with his ancestors and his family history. He often cites Frederick Douglass as one of his biggest inspirations, and you can feel that in his work, a social consciousness that goes way beyond just making good music. From 2015 to 2020, Navy was honing his craft behind the scenes, releasing 10 EPs during the course of that half-decade. But while he was working on his solo work, he was contributing to some of the most important albums of his era. Sage has 2 songwriting credits on Frank Ocean's Blonde. His voice is even featured at the end of Futura Free, where he's one of the people being interviewed.
What's your name?
Sage Alcesser.
Navy Blue is slowly becoming one of the greatest producers of his generation too. In 2017, he produced 2 songs on Mike's cult classic May God Bless Your Hustle, 1 song on the God Fahim's original Dump God album, 1 joint on Mach Hami's Dia de los Muertos, and 3 songs on the classic Dump God Hami edition. In 2018, he continued his run of incredible production, working with Pink Sifu as well as Earl Sweatshirt. Earl's 2018 album, Some Rap Songs, has become a classic among its generation. Along with producing 2 songs on the album, Navy provided an incredible verse on The Mint. This song is the first time that many fans heard of Navy Blue, and he made an incredible first impression.
Hold me down, hold me up, hold me close, cause when times are tough, show they true colors, don't know who to trust. Mind working like the water when it rushes.
Navy's production is loop heavy and soulful. He's mastered the sound of this movement, partially because he helped build this movement to begin with. Artists like Navy, Mike, and Mavi are spearheading a new wave of hip-hop. Navy's production provides the perfect backdrop for these types of artists, who bear their soul on these tracks and get more personal than most rappers ever do. Navy's beats are melodic and sort of hypnotizing, helping you lock into the artist's words. In 2020, Navy Blue released his debut album, Ada Adin. He comes out of the gate as an already incredible lyricist. He carries the tradition of conscious rappers of the past, like Mos Def and Common, only with an added touch of vulnerability that often wasn't present with rappers back then. On Ode to My Love, Navy sings to a loved one who he's lost, with lyrics so true to his feelings.
It was wonderful to see you. Now I wish that I could be with you for heaven's sake. I'm sorry, for heaven's sake. Now close my eyes and see you. Now I know that I could be with you if I just wait. I'm sorry.
In a genre filled with artists perpetuating a veil of unwavering masculinity, Navy is able to speak to his listener's soul by being honest and sharing his truth. If you want to learn more about this album, the YouTuber Rhythmic Reason has a great video going into detail on Navy's career up to this point, and has a great deep dive on this album. Ada Adin is a very impressive debut, but Sage hasn't even entered his peak here. Later that same year, he released Songs of Sage, Post Panic, and on this record, he takes a giant leap forward as an artist. His writing is sharper, his ear for beats has somehow gotten even better, and his vocals are even mixed higher on this record, showcasing Navy's growing confidence in his elite lyricism. For an album with 18 tracks, it really is a breeze to listen to. The way Navy raps is like a stream of consciousness pouring of emotions, ranging from love to fear to sadness to hope, all over the course of the same song.
I really need some land for picking fruit with my beloved. Apple orchards, pomegranates by the dozens. Sun is scorching through the day to end the summer. With all these questions that I would have asked my brother. Skating on Tremaine alone, my board went in the gutter. I see I've grown complacent, no reflective of my father.
There are points on this album where Sage pens verses more personal than any other rapper that I've heard. It's his honesty in moments like these that make it easy to see why so many people connect with his music. Even if you can't relate to that exact feeling of what he's going through, you can hear the emotion and truth in his voice.
Self-harm is not the way to go, it's just a way to cope lately. Sometimes I feel like there's nowhere to call home. Sometimes I feel like there's nowhere to call home.
For a young man in his early 20s, Sage seems wise beyond his years. At just 24 years old, Sage has had a life that forced him to grow up early. His brother passed away when he was young, leading Sage to think about and deal with his spirituality at a young age. This certainly comes through in his music. You can tell that he's spent a long time thinking about all of the heavy subjects that he raps about. He also had to grow up before a lot of his peers because he became a professional skateboarder so young, getting sponsored by Supreme at just age 15. By age 17, he was traveling the world as a member of the Converse skate team, so he was able to see different perspectives and cultures as he was finding his voice as an artist, which is something that most artists don't have the benefit of experiencing. His love of language and poetry comes from his grandfather, who had Sage reading a ton when he was young. While he has natural talent for creating beautiful soundscapes, it's amazing that he has such a vibrant vocabulary to help vocalize his art. Earlier this year, Sage released his third studio album, Navy's Reprise. On this LP, Navy continues to step into his prime. As the most confident he's been on the mic, this album is jam-packed with gems. This is his third album within the last 18 months, and it's crazy to see how much he's matured as an artist in such a short period of time. Navy himself raps about how he's grown and improved over the years on Heavenly Twin.
My people say I'm getting better at painting the picture for the listener. I got special vision, special like grandma kisses, special like Papa last Christmas with us. Every beautiful rose is gone with her. Bill Withers, just the two of us. You can lean on me, Navy Blue, the truest love.
Over the past couple years, Navy Blue has become one of the truest voices of his generation. At just 24 years old, the sky is the limit for the highs that he will reach over the course of his career. On top of his solo career, he's also produced entire albums for Akai Solo and Uncle John, with another album coming with Wiki later this year. It really is amazing to see this movement that Navy is a part of, and how all of these artists are growing as they continue to change the landscape of modern hip-hop. These artists all feel to be elevating the art form to places that it has rarely reached before, and I'm beyond excited to see what they have in store for us over the next couple years. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let me know down in the comments who's another artist that you would like to see this style of video on. As always, if you enjoyed what you saw, please like the video and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to, because I have a whole lot of videos coming at you soon. Thank you so much for watching.